I don't want to hear Pim about Oppenheimer not passing the Bechdel test when Barbie itself fails the Bechdel test when it comes to black women, when it comes to disabled women, and when it comes to women of different ethnicities and races. I'm sorry. In fact, the men as well of different ethnicities fail, 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 fail. So the Bechdel test has to fulfill three criteria. One is that there needs to be two speaking female characters. Number two, the characters need to speak to each other. And number three, the characters need to speak to each other about something that is not revolved and centered around a man. So when you apply that criteria and you look at this graph, number one of this graph here, it says two of the top three speaking roles. So in my opinion, the top three speaking roles are Margot Robbie, her version of Barbie, America Ferrera's Gloria, and then number three is Ryan Gosling's Ken. Now, out of the two of those top three speaking roles, two of them are white. Number two on here, characters with the most dialogue is definitely Margot Robbie. And then I can say maybe Gloria. And I think Ken then comes in with a close third. Again, mostly white characters. Protagonists, I would say that most of the Barbies are protagonists, but most of the Barbies do not have major speaking roles. Issa Rae's President Barbie barely had more than 3 lines, and Issa Rae and Alexandra Shipp don't have a conversation that doesn't revolve around the titular Margot Robbie's iteration of Barbie, and Simu Lee and Ncuti Gatwa's character don't have any conversations about anything other than Ken, the white iteration of Ken, and the white iteration of Barbie. So really and truly, none of this actually passes the Bechdel test when we apply it to people of color. And I know a recurring theme is to say that Alison Bechdel was joking when she created the Bechdel test, but let's read it from her own words, shall we? But for me, I feel like there's been so much progress too. I mean, when I wrote that cartoon in 1985, almost 30 years ago, it was just a little lesbian joke in an alternative feminist newspaper. Now it's something people are discussing in mainstream. And to me, that seems like huge progress. Let's use our thinking brains. So when we use our thinking brains and critically analyze that, what we can see is, even though it was meant as a joke in that cartoon, there was an element of truth to it. And Alison Bechdel was happy that we were discussing the Bechdel test in mainstream. She was happy that we were holding films and content to a higher standard. Part of me wonders whether the Bechdel test was ever meant to consider black women or trans women or people of different ethnicities, but it is a good starting place. And I did enjoy Barbie. I did. I thought it was fun, I thought it was camp, I thought it was beautiful, I thought it was brightly coloured, I loved the fashion, but we cannot deny the fact that there are some glaring issues in the film. I love Greta Gerwig's movies, but two things can be true. Her work can be great, but this film did have issues, and this is one of them.